Hey, Johnny, we are back for another great episode. We're going to keep going from where we went last episode, but as we get there, how are you doing this fine day, sir?
Man, it's beautiful here in Michigan. The sun's been out. We've had a good weather recently, and I'm gonna have to start wearing my Tigers hat because they've kind of had a rough year, and so
They need you to root them on, man.
we need to root them on, man. So
Absolutely.
our Pistons lost in the playoffs, and so all we have right now is the Tigers, and we need them to do good.
Yep,
We need them to do
absolutely.
good. So
Well, speaking of
yeah,
doing
other than
good,
that, it's beautiful, man. Kids are doing
good,
good, families doing good, grandkids, all that.
gotta love it. Gotta love it. Speaking of good things, you remember growing up as a kid? You might be too young for this. I don't know. There's a TV commercial with a little kid with his brother and sister, and they're eating a new cereal or something, and they're trying to get the other boy, Mikey is his name, to eat it, and they're like, Mikey's not gonna eat that. Mikey doesn't like anything.
Mm.
And then they slide that bowl over, and he's, hey, Mikey, he likes it. Do you remember that commercial?
Mikey likes it. Oh yeah, man, little kid there. Yeah, what's the name of that cereal?
Life cereal.
Yeah, is that even around?
It is still around. In fact, I
Is
get
it?
it every once in a while because
So
I
Mikey
like
does.
it. I'm
Mikey
Mikey and
literally
I like it.
likes it. Mikey
Yeah.
literally likes it to this
Yeah.
day.
But what we want to talk about is not cereal brands necessarily, but we want to talk about trying something new. And when you do, sometimes you find out you actually like it. And that comes into play as we're talking about annuities and the power of zero and things. So I know you've got some analogies and stories, but I thought it would be fun to kick off this episode with Mikey Likes It.
Mikey likes it. So man, it's exactly kind of what we're talking about. We kind of led up to this because we're talking about the power zero and what
Hmm.
vehicles can we use to have tax-free money, Roths and insurance product, life insurance are tax-free, right? Things like that.
Yep.
Now, what other can we have that can never lose us money? Because there's a certain point in our life where we want to make sure, hey, we're protected. So from loss, at
Yeah.
least on some of our retirement funds. Okay. So savings accounts, money markets, money in the couch, fixed multi-year guarantee annuities, CDs, or fixed index annuities. Okay. So
Hmm.
we all know what those are, except some people, that top one up there, the fixed index annuity, because it has the word index or annuity on it,
Yeah.
automatically triggers some people like, oh, those are horrible.
Bad.
I heard about them from this and that. They're not horrible. They're good for a lot of people in a lot of
Mhm.
situations. Okay. So, and if we well, a lot of people are like, I don't know about these a lot. I just heard, or I never researched, or I'm not educated, so I'm not comfortable with something. Man, every area of our life, we have those type of situations. You know what I mean? I've got to learn how to utilize something. I was one of those guys that, like, believe it or not, I had the VCR going on in the early 2000s, and by the time I jumped on the DVD players, they were already coming out with the Blu-rays, right? Now they're on
Yeah.
the Blu-rays. I kind of skipped the Blu-rays and we went right to the streaming thing, but
Yep.
um, um, come to find out now, obviously, that the Blu-rays and all that actually are cheaper because all the streaming stuff's went so crazy expensive. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's another topic. But I was slow to the game. But as I began to educate myself, I started to advance along that. Another area is I'm not a vegetable guy. Okay, I'm a meat and
Hmm.
potatoes guy. I've been trying to watch better what I eat and doing a lot better on it. I actually lost some weight and
Good.
stuff like that.
That's awesome.
And what has happened is I have begun to eat things on my plate that for years I denied myself the privilege of doing because mentally I was like, I'm not going to touch that. I know I'm not going to like it. Someone said those aren't good, or they always are cooked right. Maybe I had a taste years ago and it still sits in my head. So certain vegetables now, my
Yeah.
wife will actually tell the kids, and this is when we get like pizza, I was only pepperoni and bacon, right? All these years.
Okay.
Now my wife will order one that has like the pepperoni, the peppers, the onions. Don't tell
Yeah.
nobody some of this stuff. And she's always telling my kids, you won't believe what your dad's actually eating vegetables on the pizza. And I'll mix it in with meat and different things now
Yeah.
too. So
Oh,
I've
good.
expanded my scope, all right, and I've realized those things don't hurt me, and not
That's right.
necessarily on pizza, but in general, these vegetables are okay. Man, these fixed index annuities, folks, can be the same thing if you learn about them, how much they can benefit you, have a growth potential. Don't lose your money, right? Dig and don't just listen to what your neighbor says because he had a bad onion 20 years ago, okay?
Right.
You know what I mean? Look at it yourself. I mean, how can I prepare this? How can I cook it so it'll taste good to me? And my wife showed me how to cook these onions and put them on certain things, and I'll eat them now. It's crazy. I never would
Yeah,
have thought that a year ago. I'm eating onions and the certain peppers and stuff.
that's right.
I'm even eating peppers just like a pepper, just like you
Oh
eat it.
yeah.
You know what I
Oh,
mean? Isn't that
dude.
crazy?
And no, it's
But
great.
but
But
so
you had to educate your palate, change your
absolutely.
mindset, and get some information and try it. You had to step out, and that's really what a lot of people are with when it comes to annuities in particular. But even we've talked about life insurance and different products and things. Is we don't hear about them as often, and a lot of times we are misinformed, right?
Absolutely. And I'm one of these guys that says, hey, utilize all different resources. And our team helps put all that together. But do not think like, well, I'm not going to ever focus on an annuity. Annuity is the only thing out there that can guarantee you um, potential higher growth with no risk, guaranteed income streams, potential long-term care benefits, potential better death benefits. It can have all these things on there wrapped into one if you look at them, or certain bells and whistles that are designed to help your financial situation. And sometimes we'll deny ourselves even the opportunity because we're so close-minded that we're like, nope, I heard this about this, or this other financial guy said this or that, and don't do that, man. Look at your situation, see what's going on, see what can benefit you. Maybe they don't help you. That's fine. That's
That's right.
fine. But don't be so close-minded to where you can't even take a look
Yeah,
to see. Some of them have no fees. I'm just like, oh, Nudi's got high fees and blah blah blah. Some of them have no fees.
that's right.
Sometimes
Yeah,
zero fees.
you can't
Okay.
just lump peppers into the tomato garden and say they're both red and so they're both the same. It's like no, they're not. There are lots of varieties, and hopefully as you've been eating pizza with vegetables on things
Yeah.
or vegetables on your plate, you've realized the variety, the flavor palette, and you don't want a diet of all peppers or all sausage or all pizza. You've got to have you need a menu, and really, when it comes to planning to retire at new heights, you need a menu of options of different tools that allow you to get to where you're wanting to go. And that's what Johnny and his team do. They have this menu. It's like walking into a restaurant, a financial restaurant. There you go.
And
John.
everybody already has an annuity, Mike. It's called Social Security.
Oh
Every
yeah.
single person has an annuity. It's what Social Security basically. You're paying to something. Okay, let's turn on the income now.
Yeah.
That's
That's really
the
what it that's a
roots.
great
The
analogy.
roots of an annuity is that was the baseline of what it is. Now they've
Yeah.
grown to add other things to it. But
Mm-hmm.
can you imagine someone saying, "I can't stand annuities. I don't want my Social Security."
Yeah.
No one's gonna do. Everyone wants their Social Security money, and they're like, "Oh, I get so happy. I get it rest of my life and all this and that kind of thing." Then you can set yourself up the same way, but on your own individual personal level and have more control, get the government's hands out of that, and do a lot more things if we open our mind up,
Mm-hmm.
listen, and see if it fits in, if it's a puzzle piece that fits into what if it does it belong on our plate, right?
Right.
Just like you said, does it
That's right.
belong on our plate?
I love it.
And
Does it belong on our plate? Does it belong on your retirement plate? And if it does,
absolutely.
great. Let's utilize it in some form or fashion. And if it doesn't, let's get it off the plate. But that's a conversation you need to have with Johnny and his team as they just walk you through this whole process of retiring at new heights and understanding where you are, what do you have to work with, how big's your plate, and what are you wanting to accomplish, and how and where does the power of zero fit into your retirement plan. So I love those analogies. Just like Mikey and the Life cereal, I like it. It's been a good episode, and we'll come back again next week with another episode talking about more aspects of this retirement plan and helping people retire at new heights. So make sure you get a copy of Johnny's book at his website, retireatnewheights.com. And Johnny, we'll see you next time.
Absolutely, buddy. Thanks.